Hey everybody, Jefi here with Ed Billings.
Hello, Jefi.
Hello. Hey, we're doing a 10-minute takedown on accountability partners. So we're going to launch this baby with,
Let's do it.
Do you remember when I met you in Arizona at Peak and we were talking about accountability partners?
Yeah, and I fought it hard. I'm like, doesn't sound like me.
No, you did, actually.
I know.
So why don't you tell me a little bit more about that? What else did you say? What do you mean you're going to call me? What do you mean you're going to call me all the time?
Yeah, she said, hey, let's be accountability partners and we're going to talk every day. And I'm like, every day? I'm not an everyday kind of guy. And so we committed to at once a week and we've been talking every day and it's changed our businesses. So we want to talk about that. So 10-minute takedown where this is going to be a quickie.
Yep.
Go for it, Jeff.
All right. Number one, how do you find someone that will be a good fit?
Go to a bar.
It's fair way. Okay, I'm going to keep it. That's the real way. Let's talk about the 10-minute takedown way.
Right.
Number one, if you have a coach, ask your coach because a lot of times they're coaching people. They know their heritage profile. They understand kind of connections. And we're such a great example that you don't have to have an accountability coach that actually, or accountability partner that actually lives in your same state or even your same city. It doesn't matter. And I actually think it's better because I had an accountability partner who I love for like 17 years and we live in the same place. So we were kind of sharing the same info. So to break out, now that I'm thinking of it, I think that's really powerful.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's good to get a different perspective and do that. So, reach out to your coach. They're going to know the fit. If you don't have that, and you meet somebody at a seminar and you think it's a good fit, one thing you can do is take an Enneagram test, which is a really cool little 15-minute tool to see your background and what might work.
Right. We can link that. We'll link that below because I think that's a really cool thing to do.
Yeah,
and then you could also go to the real deal, which is try somebody. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And that's okay. But at least you're doing something, like give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try. Right. What's next?
Point number 2. How do you stay accountable?
Ooh, that's a good one.
This is a good one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think number 1, you need to have a set time that you touch base. It doesn't matter. Jean and I did it once a week. At first, we did it once a month. You and I pretty much do almost every day. They're super fast, rapid. We're not like hanging out. Hey, how's it going? We're talking about, okay, this is what I did. This is how I did it. Boom. This worked for me. This didn't work for me. So, but you have to find your own rhythm, right?
Right. I think even like it depends on what you're working on, but if it's like, hey, we're committing to making a certain number of calls or whatever, you can even just take a screen capture from your CRM and say, hey, did it. And then it shows up. So and then you get that muscle memory going. Yep.
Set goals and then challenge each other's goals. A lot of times we don't believe in ourselves as much as other people do. So when you set a goal, share that with your accountability partner and then let them hold you to that. And if they say to you, hey, I think you could do a little bit more, or hey, have you thought about this idea? Be open to that.
I got a good example with us on that where actually when we became accountability partners, you laid out like a 10-year vision of what you wanted to do. And the first thing I said was, well, why not 5 years? Remember that? Yeah, it's like, why 10? Why not cut the time in half? And then we had a call challenge last year and you made me double mine. Yeah, like right out of the chute. So it's like, so that was really good. So be open to that, being open to be challenged and accountable.
Have your limits.
Next one, Jefi.
Okay, last one. Learn from your accountability partner. And this is a really big one. And especially now that you and I are in different states, is sometimes you share things with me and your protocols are different. And I kind of get the short out of the brain, like, oh, I don't know if that'll work for me. But stop, time out, give it a try, modify it, make it different. So that there's some really cool things you can learn from each other. I'm just going to share one really, really quick. Ed sits down on a Zoom call with his buyers or sellers when there's a contract that they're going to be signing or going over or accepting, and then puts it into DocuSign. Probably Beth puts it into DocuSign, right? If we're being real here. Okay. Beth puts it into DocuSign. You set it up and you go through it point by point, eye to eye on Zoom so that there's no miscommunication. That's like genius. I love that.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Such an easy, and it's such an easy thing. And it's kind of like, I just thought, oh, this is obvious. And it's the obvious things to you may not be obvious to somebody else. And I've been on the other side of that. We've talked about the 1A and handling email, where I asked Jeff, he's like, how do you stay up on your email? She's like, oh, do this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And started doing that. And it's changed my life. Yeah, so listen to the 1A episode. It's a life-changing thing. It's really, really cool.
That's true.
All
that's
right.
a good one. Okay. Be curious.
Yes.
Don't stop being curious. Like we seem to get into these rhythms, and which is why an accountability partner is so amazing, and especially someone who's different than you. They'll change the rhythm, which sometimes changes the business, which changes, your outcome. It's a beautiful thing. So stay curious.
Yeah. Stay curious. I was going to say curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought him back. So... So be curious.
All right, you guys, that 10-minute takedown was 6 minutes and 27 seconds.
There you go.
Make sure to like our podcasts and check us out on YouTube if you want to see our silly faces.
Yeah, because there's a lot going behind the mic here that you might want to check out.
Bye for now, everybody.
Including my dog coming in and shaking the camera because there's a thunderstorm. So you want to see that. It's not an earthquake. I'm the guy in North Carolina, not San Diego.
Yeah, exactly.
See y'all later.
Bye, everybody.